So today is December 5th, 2018. It's 4:07 a.m., but I've been not recording anyway, I'm making my weekly video now. So it's been another week. Where am I this week? This week is hell week because it's just very difficult. There's a lot of work I need to get done. I had a major paper and a major presentation that are due in Turbulence. And I got my PowerPoint finished-ish, I guess, on Sunday night, Monday morning, because I was up super late working on it. So that at least is good. I got lucky and I drew one of the later presentation times, so I'm actually making my presentation Wednesday. But that means that I still have to worry about making my presentation. I've been trying to finish my paper, and my problem is that there's three major sections to the paper I'm working on, but the the third section is just out of left field. It's stuff we haven't really talked about, and the authors do not do a very good job of presenting their case. It feels like they are comparing points that seem like random points just because they happen to be at the same angle at those points or something. Anyway, it's not making a whole lot of sense, and I'm I've made some effort to understand it, but there's a limit to how much, I alone can be expected to understand from the paper. There's a certain amount of, they need to put in enough of the keywords that if I don't understand something, I can go find it. And they did really well with the first two parts, but this third part is just really esoteric. So, that might be my major criticism of this paper, is that this third section is so opaque. So that's that. I found out last Thursday that my homework was not due until next Tuesday, the 11th. So that gives me this week to get my 4 major homeworks that I am still working on finished. And I am trying not to be discouraged, but I'm not sure I'm going to get it done. I have something. After I finish my turbulence paper, I also need to go back through and study all of my turbulence. I need to make a study sheet. The professor has said that we are going to have 24 hours to complete our exam. I need to find out in class later today when we receive that exam and when it is due, because I'm going to have to go down to campus on Tuesday anyway, and I'm not sure if it's due on the 10th or if we receive it on the 10th and it's due on the 11th. So that's a clarification I need to make, and also to understand whether I have to physically show up or whether I can download the exam and do it that way, because the drive down there is an hour and the drive back is an hour, so that would be 2 of my 24 hours by itself. But the professor said that if you know everything and you're very good at what you're doing, it will only take 3 hours to complete the exam. But you must know exactly what you are doing. I'm just like, that probably means I'm not going to get it done, but I still need to give it my best effort. And my thesis. I'm still working on my thesis. Now, what did I do well with it? So, I did get a model of my thesis working, but it was it was only a single airfoil at 45 degrees angle of attack in a steady state kind of situation. So it's like the simplest model that demonstrates that I finally have a technique that works. So I'm using a K omega SST model in CFD to get the lift and drag coefficients correctly. Now, what I need to do at this point, I believe, what I think I need to do is to model it. I'm going to have to set up the sliding mesh model so that I can get the lift and drag on those surfaces. And I need to get the moment, and I need to get just so much different information out of the system. And I'm going to have to run multiple simulations because I'm supposed to be comparing multiple different turbine configurations, although I may end up just having the one, which I can kind of sort of justify, but I really wanted to have more. I mean, even just comparing multiple blade configurations, it's a big project, and still working on it. But I'm feeling overwhelmed. I went to make myself some tea, and it turns out a mouse has gotten into my tea. So I am going to spare no expense in bringing his life to an end, and it will give me great pleasure to rid this house, or at least my room, of that vermin. But that is something I'm going to have to work on over this break, because right now I need to focus on getting stuff done. Chris and Amy are off on some kind of vacation, so I'm taking care of all of the animals, and Lucky has been howling and making other noise and generally being a nuisance. I mean, he's a dog, he needs attention, and I've been trying to give him some attention, but I need to focus on my studies, so I can't pay but so much attention to him. And I'm just generally in a lot of pain. I'm under a lot of stress. I'm not feeling great, and I'm not sleeping well. The only good respite I have is that I think today and tomorrow are the last, or today, this Wednesday, is the last day of classes. So I need to get my paper done by midnight tonight. But I don't have to go in for class Thursday or Friday. Anyway, I don't have to go in for class on Thursday, so that's when I can start on the homeworks. So I'll have Thursday and Friday, and Saturday maybe, and Sunday, and Monday. So that's 5 days to finish the 4 homeworks. And I may be taking a bit of a break on Saturday, but we'll just see. Because if things don't get more clear, I am not going to be able to spend time having fun and socializing. But I don't want to not do any of that because, if I just focus on all of my work all of the time, I end up getting less done, as weird as that is, because I never, rest. Rest is important. So I don't know. I'm going to have to see where I am and how desperate I am.